I used to think that by the time I turned 20, I would have my life all together. Like, I thought I would be super disciplined, super confident, waking up at 5 a.m. every day, drinking water, journaling, having everything planned out. Yeah, that didn't happen. Some days I feel like I'm doing really well. I'm productive, I'm focused. I'm like, okay, yes, this is my era. This is the era. And then the next day I'm confused, overthinking, questioning my entire life at random moments. So if you think turning 20 suddenly makes you wise and put together, no, not really. There are moments where I give myself really good advice, like I sound so wise in my own head, and then I don't even follow it. So, yeah, this is not a perfect advice video. I'm not here to act like I have everything together. I'm just sharing things that make me pause and go, oh, maybe I should change that. These are just a few lessons that stay with me through small moments, random thoughts, and things I've experienced recently and a few years ago. Not all of them are big, some of them are actually really simple, but they change the way I think. So, yeah, let's just get into it. You don't need everyone to understand you. There was a time when I felt this strong urge to explain everything about my life to people, not just big things, even small things, like how I was feeling that day, what I was going through mentally, or even a little personal struggles that didn't look serious from the outside, but felt heavy to me. I would sit there explaining and explaining, hoping someone would say, "Oh, I get you." But most of the time, they didn't. Sometimes they would just nod. Sometimes they would change the topic. Sometimes they would give advice that didn't even match what I was feeling. The hardest part, even people close to me, family, friends, people I thought would understand me the most, didn't really get it either. At first, it hurt. It made me feel like maybe I wasn't explaining it well enough, so I tried harder. I talked more. I went deeper. But then one day I realized something very simple and very honest. Not everyone is going to understand me, and they don't have to. People see life through their own lens, their own experiences, their own mindset, and their own emotions. So even if you explain your story perfectly, they might still not feel it the way you do. And also, this might sound a bit harsh, but it's real. Most people are busy thinking about their own lives, not because they're bad people, but because everyone has their own problems, their own thoughts, their own world. So expecting everyone to fully understand you, it's just going to drain you. Now, instead of trying to make everyone understand me, I've learned to choose who I open up to. And even then, I don't expect full understanding anymore. Because sometimes the most peaceful thing is not being understood by everyone, but understanding yourself. The more you know yourself, the less you seek approval. Growing up, I had this habit of asking for permission for almost everything, not just big decisions, even small ones. What do you think I should do? Is this okay? Should I do this way? Especially with my parents. And of course, I respect them. But looking back, I realized something. I was asking people who didn't fully understand what I wanted. They knew what they wanted from me. They had their own expectations, their own way of thinking. But deep down, I didn't even know what I wanted yet. So I kept depending on their answers. And every time I did that, I felt more confused because sometimes their answer didn't feel right to me, but I still follow them. And that created this quiet frustration inside me. It felt like I was living a life that didn't fully belong to me. Then slowly things started to change. I began spending more time alone, thinking more, reflecting more, asking myself simple questions like, what do I actually enjoy? What do I actually want? What kind of life do I want? What feels right to me? And the more I answered those questions, the more clarity I had. And something interesting happened. I stopped asking for permission so much not in a disrespectful way, but in a more confident and quiet way. Now, instead of asking, is this okay? I ask myself, do I want this? And if the answer is yes, I do it. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one living my life, and the more you understand yourself, the less you feel the need to ask everyone else for approval. Don't tell your steps, show your results. There was a version of me who loved talking about plans. I would share what I was going to do, what I was working on, what I wanted to achieve. It felt exciting to say it out loud, but I noticed something strange. The more I talked about my plans, the less I actually did them. It's like talking about it gave me a false sense of accomplishment, like I already did something when I actually didn't. And another thing, once you tell people everything, you start to feel this pressure. Pressure to prove it, pressure to not fail, pressure to match the image you created with your words. And sometimes that pressure makes you stop completely. So I slowly changed my approach. Instead of talking, I started doing. Quietly, working on things without announcing them, improving without updating everyone, learning without making it a big statement. And honestly, it feels different. It feels more peaceful, more focused, because now my energy goes into the work, not into talking about the work. And at the end of the day, results speak louder than explanations. If I finish something, I can share it. If I don't want to share it, that's also okay. Because not everything needs to be shown, not everything needs an audience. Some things are better when they're built in silence. And when the time is right, they will speak for themselves. No one is paying as much attention to you as you think. This is something I wish I understood earlier because it would have saved me so much overthinking. I used to care a lot about how people perceived me, not just a little, like a lot. Even small things felt big in my head. The way I talked, the tone of a voice, the way I acted around people. There was a time when I felt insecure about sounding too girly. Like if my voice sounding too soft or too feminine. What if people thought I was trying too hard or being a pick me girl? It's kind of funny when I say it now, but back then it felt real. So I would overthink before speaking, I would adjust how I sound, I would hold back sometimes, and it wasn't just my voice, it was my body. The way I communicated, the way I behaved in different situations, even normal things felt embarrassing for no reason. It's like I was constantly watching myself through other people's eyes. But here's the truth I slowly realized. People are not paying that much attention to you. Like, really, for real. Everyone is busy thinking about themselves, how they look, how they sound, what they said, what they did. The same way you are overthinking your life, they are overthinking theirs. And even if someone judges you for a moment, it doesn't last. It's not like they go home and think about you for the next 5 years unless you seriously hurt someone. Most things people notice about you disappear from their mind very quickly. And this changed the way I see things. Even when I started posting on YouTube, I had those thoughts. What if people don't like it? What if they judge me? What if it's embarrassing? But then I realized if I keep thinking like that, I'll never do anything. So I just started posting anyway, not because I stopped caring completely, but because I realized it doesn't matter as much as I think. This is my channel, this is my space, and I don't need everyone's approval to express myself. And once you truly understand that, you feel a little more free. Free to speak the way you want, free to show up as yourself, free to just live without overthinking every small thing. And honestly, that freedom feels really peaceful. Exercise is for your health, not for looking skinny or getting compliments. Doing exercise is for your health, not for looking skinny. I used to exercise for the wrong reasons. I wanted to look good, lose weight, fit into certain clothes, and get compliments. And honestly, it came from being body shamed and feeling insecure about how I looked. My habits became really unhealthy. I overworked myself, skipped meals, and thought being skinny meant being disciplined. But in reality, I was just hurting my body and my mind. After a few years, I started to realize this mindset wasn't helping me. It was making things worse, so I changed. Now I exercise for my health, to feel stronger, to have more energy, and to take care of my body. It's not about looking perfect anymore. It's about feeling better. It's knowing what your body wants. And it doesn't have to be intense. Even 10 or 20 minutes a day, it's enough if you stay consistent. So now I always remind myself, do it for yourself, not for other people. Because when your reason is healthy, everything else becomes healthier too. Happiness is often in ordinary days, not just special ones. I used to think happiness had to be something big, like going out, getting new things, doing something exciting, or being around people all the time. And don't get me wrong, those things are not bad. Hanging out, going out alone, spending time with people, that can be happiness too. But I realized that's not the only place it exists. Because even when I had those moments, sometimes I still felt empty, like something was missing. And now I understand why, because real happiness isn't just about what you do, it's about how you feel in your everyday life. Now, happiness for me looks very simple. It's appreciating what I already have, it's being present. Like noticing small things, the way the air feels, the sounds around me, the quiet moments in my day. It's enjoying those peaceful, ordinary moments that most people overlook. So real happiness comes from accepting yourself, not trying to be perfect, not trying to fix every flaw, but looking at yourself, your imperfections, your real self, and thinking, this is enough. I don't need everything to be perfect to feel okay. I don't need constant excitement or validation to feel happy. Sometimes just being here, being myself, and appreciating life as it is, that's already happiness. And maybe that's what growing up really looks like. Not becoming perfect, but becoming more aware. So yeah, these are some of the lessons I've been learning at 20. I'm still in the process, still figuring things out, but I think I'm slowly becoming someone I'm proud of. And that's enough for me right now. So see you guys in the next vlog, and I'll end my video here and enjoy the rest of the video. Bye bye. Oh wait, I forgot to say something. This is actually a pre-birthday special vlog. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and happy birthday to me. And if there are people who was born on April 24, happy birthday to you too. And yeah, for real guys, bye.